Arham always found his peace at the old lakeside, a quiet refuge from the chaos of life, the calm water, the tall, silent trees. The gentle winded was his sanctuary. But one evening, as the sun began its fiery descent, everything changed. He saw her, sitting alone, on the edge of the old wooden pier. Long black hair cascaded down her back. A simple white dress clung to her form, and her bare feet skimmed the surface of the water. She was beautiful, ethereal, almost unreal. He felt a nervous flutter in his chest as he approached, clearing his throat. He managed to say, "Hi, do you come here often?" The girl turned her head slowly, and when she smiled, it was soft, warm, and utterly magical. "My name is Zoya," she said, her voice like a melody. "And yes, I come here every evening." They talked for hours that night, sharing dreams, confessing heartbreaks, and exploring the quiet corners of their lives. There was something about Zoya's gentle mystery, a calming presence that soothed his restless soul. As Arma walked home under the moonlight, he felt a warmth spreading through him, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. It felt like the beginning of love. The next evening, he rushed back to the lake, his heart full of hope. And there she was, same spot, same white dress, same enchanting smile, as if she had been waiting just for him. Day after day, their routine continued. Each conversation brought them closer. Each shared sunset made Arham feel more alive than ever before. He was falling deeply and completely. But there was a peculiar detail he couldn't ignore. Zoya never let him walk her home. When it was time to leave, she would always turn and disappear into the dark woods, alone. Arham didn't press the issue. He believed love didn't need force, that trust would come in time. One night, however, his curiosity and growing affection got the better of him. "Zoya, where do you live?" he asked, his voice gentle. Her smile faltered, tinged with a sadness he hadn't seen before. "Far away," she replied softly. "Somewhere you can't follow." A sharp sting of fear hit his chest. Do you even feel something for me?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. Zoya moved closer, her cool hand gently cupping his face. "I feel everything for you, Arham, but I cannot stay." That night, she leaned in and kissed him. It was a soft, cold kiss that sent shivers down his spine, making his heart race, even as his skin grew chilled. When he opened his eyes, she was gone. Panic seized him. He bolted into the forest, his voice raw as he screamed her name. "Zoya! Zoya! Where are you?" He ran until he reached the other side of the lake, his lungs burning. And then he froze. There, under the gnarled branches of an ancient tree, was an old, broken tombstone, choked with vines and faded by time. He knelt, tracing the worn letters with a trembling finger. The name on it read, Zoya Khan, 199992021. Below it, an epitaph. Gone too soon. Lost in the lake. Arham's blood ran cold, his throat went dry, and his heart began to pound a painful, frantic rhythm against his ribs. Before he could process the impossible truth, The air grew frigid. The world fell completely silent. Then he heard it, her voice, a soft whisper right behind him. "I told you, I come here every evening." He turned around slowly, his body rigid with terror. Zoya stood there, the same white dress, the same long, dark hair, the same soft, beautiful smile. But her eyes were no longer warm. They were empty, dark, hollow voids. Water dripped from the ends of her hair, from the hem of her dress, from the fingertips of her cold, pale skin. She took a step closer. "You weren't supposed to see this place," she whispered, her voice laced with sorrow. "I was trying to protect you." Arham stumbled back, his mind reeling. "Zoya? What are you?" He stammered. Her sad smile returned. "A memory trapped in this lake. A soul who can't cross over." She reached out a translucent hand, but I didn't expect to fall in love again. Tears streamed down Arham's face. "Then don't leave me," he pleaded. She shook her head, a tear of her own, cold as ice, tracing a path down her cheek. "I cannot stay with the living. But you must live for both of us." A sudden, cold wind swept through the trees, and Zoya's form began to waver, fading like mist dissolving into the night air. Arham reached for her, desperate. "Zoya! No, don't go." Her voice whispered one last time, a breath against his ear. "I will always be here. Be their water, loving you from the other side." And with that, she was gone, vanished completely, leaving only the lonely sound of the lapping lake and the cold, heartbreaking memory of the girl he loved. Arham still visits the lake every evening. He sits on the pier where they first met, watching the sunset alone. Sometimes he feels a cold breeze gently touch his hand. Sometimes he hears the soft echo of footsteps on the path behind him. And sometimes, when the moonlight hits the water just right, he sees her, a girl in a white dress, smiling at him from across the veil, forever his love, forever lost to the lake.